or 5 of your favorite friends, Barbie, Midge, Skipper, Alan, and Ken. But if you think they're the same as they've always been, you better take another look. Better check them again.
Well, we've arrived at 1965 after 2 years that I felt were a little bit wanting. Don't criticize me. It's just my personal opinion. But 1965 was really, really good. They weren't reusing random pack pieces, they weren't renaming items, and they weren't reissuing them. Yes, there were a few rejigs of previous patterns, but they were really well done. And just the style and construction of the issued outfits was a step above, actually several steps above. I can't tell you how much I love so many of the fashions from 1965. That trend for fabulous fashions carried on to the end of the decade. Collectors know it as the Couture age, and that comes from this book here. It's an incredibly accurate description, because instead of being very suburban, the ensembles achieved a level of sophistication. The ensembles had obvious European influences, but they also emulated the best of American sportswear. They were, in a word, sensational, and there were 32 of them. Far more than had been previous, potentially 34, but I'll talk about that in the next video. There are so many of them I had to split them into 2 separate videos. Perhaps this emphasis on higher style was to go along with Barbie's new look. Like the previous year's Miss Barbie, but without the questionable head sculpt, the whole Barbie line was revamped with bent legs. Not only Barbie, but Midge, Ken, Alan, and Skipper. All were issued with bend legs. And then there were 2 additional characters too, Ricky and Scooter. It would seem that the Skipper line was actually going incredibly well. And then there were the so-free fashions, but I am getting ahead of myself there. I'll cover those in the bonus reel on the second 1965 video. Now let's look at the doll. The bend leg Barbie was issued with a new hairstyle, not long, not fixed, but this beautiful short bob cut with bangs. Collectors have come to call it the American girl, although Mattel never used that terminology. Same as a swirl ponytail. This is something that collectors have applied to the doll over time. And they are among the most favored of collectors. There's just something simply stylish and chic about it. Have a look at this inset photograph of Barbra Streisand. You'll see what I mean. The knee joints do have a tendency over time to break, hence collectors really value dolls with both knees that work. I'd like to show you a bend leg Midge doll in her original costume and box, but unfortunately, although I have one somewhere, I just can't find it right now. Perhaps she's in my own personal Becky land. Here she is though with her unique hairstyle. Both Barbie and Midge came with new bathing suits. Barbie's had an aqua knit bottom with a blue, pink, and red striped top. Midge's was a knit striped bathing suit, seen here in not a great photo. In this video, I'm using a lot of different backdrops for the still shots. A lot of these are screen captures from the That Girl series of the mid-60s. Marlo Thomas had an unbelievably fantastic mid-60s wardrobe on that program, and all the episodes are on YouTube. I've also pulled some mid-century shots. Hopefully I don't get penalized for them. Now, on to the fashions. Fun and games. Perhaps this is the most basic of the fashions of 65. Look at the color stripes and the crisp pleats on the skirt. It's a different silhouette from previous, really lovely. And it came with this croquet set. I don't know how useful those wickets were, but they're a bit of fun. It didn't come with shoes nor the necklace. They're my own inventions. And here's a beautiful blonde American girl with extra heavy blue eyeliner. Junior prom and second fashion in, and we've already hit the heights. This is a really elegant, luxurious gown. Tulle overdress with a wide ruffle on the lower hem, that applique at the waist, and a fur stole. I've removed the fur stole in the 360 view to show the pearl drop necklace and the neckline. This is really a favorite of mine. That red color is so vibrant, so strong. So you may recognize this doll from one of my earlier videos as the first vintage Barbie I ever acquired back in 1988. Saturday matinee. One element that I really love from the 1600 series outfits are the suits, and this is no exception. That tweed fabric is really something special. The fur collar and cuffs add panache to it. And no other Barbie outfit had a turban, I believe. Has a nice little purse too, gold fabric with a foil overlay and a leaf applique. You can imagine Barbie strolling to the Plaza Hotel for an elegant lunch with friends, and then after to the Lincoln Center for an afternoon matinee in this. Or am I just mythologizing New York in the 60s too much? Campus Sweetheart. Do you recognize this dress? Well, it's a color and fabric variation of the earlier senior prom, but that candy-colored red and pink with the white satin bodice really sets it off. This is really a favorite. The rose bouquet with the fern addition was a lovely add-on, as was the B-logoed trophy. Midnight Blue, and another show-stopping evening gown. The dress itself is quite simple. Silver lame bodice off the shoulder with rich satin blue floor-length skirt, with a matching cape and heavy fur collar. Very dramatic, and because I love the color blue, really one of my favorites. The blue hair ribbon is my addition. Junior designer. This one is cute, very cute. Kind of a loose sheath with those fabulous green closed-toe shoes. An iron, book, and sheet of appliques. Unfortunately, I don't have the appliques. But what I do have is a handbag and headscarf that weren't actually part of the outfit. But if you look at the inset from the bend leg box, it shows them. I had an extra dress that was in rough condition, so I made one with some green ribbon. Knit hit. So simple yet so chic. Darkest navy knit skirt with matching sweater with a beautiful knit floral pattern on the front of it. That knit fabric was used in a later pack sheath, but here it just works so well. Casual elegance. I know so because it says so in the newspaper that she's holding. Student teacher. An odd but very appealing fit with the dropped waist and the pleated dicky-like bodice. The accessories were quite fun though, with the globe, the book, the pointer, and of course those glasses. The houndstooth skirt was tight-fitting. In fact, in my day, teachers wouldn't get away with wearing something that tight. Vacation time. Like Knit Hit, this one is just casually elegant. Those gingham short shorts are almost sexy, and they borrow the fabric from the later disc date. And that sweater is really well constructed, boucle knit with a satin binding at the V-neck. I really do like this one, and I think that's the first appearance of the Hasselblad camera that would appear with numerous items over the coming years. Fun at the fair. Because I'm New York centered in this, I'm thinking she's thinking about the World's Fair 1964. But whatever, there's that Barbie print fabric that was used in a couple of fashions around 65 and 66. Nice shirtwaist, wraparound skirt. I don't have the cotton candy that goes with it though, but use your imagination. And those red rubber shoes again, they are cute. The glasses didn't come with the outfit though. Modern art. Collectors really love this one, and it somewhat harkens back to the earlier silhouette, but the bodice is not so tight and the skirt is really achingly lovely with the chiffon overskirt. And that collar also reminds me of After 5, but this one is really something special. Perhaps a little conservative? No, it's just elegant. I don't have the invitation, and that painting was an incredibly hard thing to find. It's nice to know she was a talented artist as well. Dancing doll. The silhouette of this dress is more like that of the early 60s, but with that wide rolled collar and the applique that we'd seen on the earlier Junior Prom, it's very nice. And again, I think this is the first appearance of the record player in the Barbie records. You may recognize that pink and white gingham fabric from the earlier Vacation Time. Club dance. There's that golden white fabric that we'd seen earlier in the Fashion Queen bathing suit. This is a simple design, but made all the flashier with the spaghetti straps and the crisp white taffeta satin and striped bands. Really very nice. This is another example of a swirl ponytail whose face has darkened, but as it has the original set and ribbon in the hair, I'm hesitant to soak it in anything to lighten it. If anyone knows of a method, please let me know in the comments. Brunch time. This fabric is somewhat similar to the Barbie print fabric, but the butterfly print is really of its own time and quite lovely. It came with 3 casserole dishes, a coffee pot, and a pot lifter. It's a very hard piece to find. It really does tell the story of what this outfit is about though. Suburban entertaining, but with a real flair, and I don't even mind the rickrack as it's mostly hidden. Skater's Waltz. Now this takes the earlier icebreaker and ups it by several notches. That pink is really vibrant and lovely, and the flirty skirt is really a skater's delight. But for me, those fluffy white mittens, the fur collar, or is that an earmuff? I've never been certain, are the things that make it for me. Here she is swirling around Walman Park. Aboard ship. And to finish off the first half of the outfits issued in 1965, this is a nautical themed outfit, but it does match with the skipper outfit that was issued in 65. But these vibrant, bright colors, the vest with the star appliques on the back, the red closed-toe shoes, and the crisp pleating of the skirt, very nice. There was a series of travel brochures that came along with it. I am missing the Niagara Falls one, and the travel poster. Unlike previous videos, I'm not going to choose a favorite because we still have another 16 or 18 to go through. Again, a great year. I really love all your support in the comments and the fact that I've probably had 20 times more views than I've expected. Much appreciated. You're making my day. Now, here's things that didn't carry over to 65. There's a lot of them, but I think what you got in 1965 more than made up. I'll be back in a week or so with part 2. Thanks.